In 1975, a young woman returned home to India holding an elite master brewer degree from Australia, where she had topped her class as the absolute only female student. Yet, when she approached the boardrooms of top tier breweries for work, she encountered an iron wall. Industry gatekeepers flatly refused to hire her, giving her a spark, patronizing it's a man's work. Cut out from her dream industry, she stood at a crossroad, armed with a merely 10,000 rupees and a relentless, calculating drive. She didn't just build a successful company, she created an entire national biotech sector from scratch. Today, Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw sits as an iconic billionaire entrepreneur. This is not a story about science. This is a masterclass in market positioning, hostile environment execution, and the ultimate leadership mindset. To truly understand Kiran's leadership blueprint, you have to look at how she turned absolute isolation into a talent acquisition strategy. Reflecting on her entry into the market 46 years ago, she recalled a profound sense of asymmetry.
When I started, as a woman entrepreneur 46 years ago, I can tell you that the spotlight was entirely on me. And I really used to find it very, sort of odd that every time I went anywhere, I would be the only woman.
She realized that a massive, untapped market of highly educated women wanted to conquer the frontier of science but were being systematically blocked by the legacy systems. By opening Biocon's door to them, she didn't just build a workforce, she built an incredible, loyal, high performance inner circle of innovators who shared their journey. But back in 1978, equity and idols had to survive the brutal equity of the ground floor. Because of strict joint venture regulation limiting the foreign ownership to 30%, Kiran held a 70% equity stake, giving her total structural control but absolute financial isolation. Traditional banks flatly refused her capital due to her youth, gender, and completely untested business model. Scientists refused to risk stable jobs to work out of a garage. Within just 12 months, Biocon became the first Indian enterprise to successfully export proprietary enzymes to the US and Europe. Pay close attention to her capital allocation strategy. She didn't take those early international cash profit to pay out dividends. At the exact end of year 1, she took every single rupee of revenue surplus and locked it down into purchasing an expansive 20 acres of land. She was already projecting her corporate roadmap decades into the future, securing the physical real estate required for massive institutional scale before the market even realized that what she was building. A master entrepreneur knows exactly when to transition from a safe, cash-generating business model to a high-stake, disruptive play. By the late 1990s, Biocon had mastered industrial automation and secured international backing. But the real masterstroke, the pivot that unlocked billionaire status, happened in 2001. The global patent for lovastatin, a blockbuster, hyper-profitable, cholesterol-lowering medication, was set to expire. Instead of entering the retail market and trying to go head-to-head, Kiran executed a massive B2B power play. She pivoted her entire industrial fermentation infrastructure to mass produce generic statins at an unrivaled scale, securing long-term, high-volume global supply contracts. The strategic gamble was flawless. Statin production alone instantly grew to command over 50% of the entire company's top-line revenue. By capturing the supply chain rather than fighting the retail marketing war, Biocon's total corporate revenue exploded from 70 crores in 1998 to a staggering 500 crores by 2004. She proved that market dominance isn't about shouting the loudest. It's about controlling the underlying supply architecture. Kiran's enterprise faced its most critical structure threat in 1998. Biocon's international corporate partner, Unilever, chose to divert its global specialty chemicals decision to an outside multinational. This placed Biocon India at immediate risk of losing its operational independence at an aggressive foreign conglomerate. In a high-stake defensive move, her fiancé, Scotsman John Shaw, stepped up and personally raised $2 million to buy back the outstanding shares, successfully returning absolute ownership and freedom to the founders. 6 years later, in 2004, seeking the strategic counsel of tech visionary Narayan Murthy, Kiran prepared her master move, taking Biocon public on the open stock market. On day one, the public market confirmed her thesis. Biocon made history as only the second Indian corporate entity to breach the coveted billion-dollar valuation mark on its absolute first day of listing. While mainstream modern business practices frequently push for maximizing unit margins and squeezing premium buyers, Kiran's business mindset works on an entirely different economic frequency: affordable innovation. Her business model leverages microfinancial frameworks where the company provides low-cost solution, making tight profits on a unit basis but driving immense corporate value based on massive global volume. Her mindset treats philanthropy and aggressive commercial state not as opposing forces but as a unified system she explicitly calls compassionate capitalism. Even when facing profound personal adversity, including the loss of her closest friend Nilima Rovshen, an intense cancer battle affecting both her mother and husband John, she refused to step back. Instead, she channeled her resources directly into partnering with medical pioneer Dr. Devi Shetty to establish the 1400-bed Mazumdar-Shaw Medical Foundation, focusing on delivering advanced healthcare infrastructure to the masses. Now, when most legacy builders choose a quiet retirement, her stance remains unyielding. Her core framework and operational resilience is definitive. For modern founders, builders, and strategic operators, the business legacy of Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw leaves behind three concrete execution frameworks. First, share the spotlight to capture elite talent. When the traditional corporate hierarchy locked you out, do not just build a solo company, build an alternate ecosystem. By actively sharing the spotlight with women and overlooked innovator who was restricted by legacy bias, she secured an incredible dedicated world-class talent pool that competitors completely ignored. Second, anchor volatile cash into hard strategic assets. When Biocon achieves its very first year of positive cash flow from enzyme export, she immediately converts those short and term trading profit into 20 acres of real estate. Secure our foundational infrastructure early, long before your competitors even recognize the scale of the game you are playing. Third, optimize for systematic volume over margin modes. True long-term market defensibility is built by making essential solutions affordable to the global masses. By mastering a high volume, low unit cost operational model, you create an enterprise that is highly defensible against legacy competitions. Behind every iconic product, every legendary company, and every breakthrough innovation is a story of a bold decision, painful failures, relentless execution, and defining moments. While the world celebrates the outcome, at Hey the Decodes, we go back to the beginning, decoding the thinking, the setback, the pivotal decisions, and the relentless execution that turned an idea into something extraordinary. Because success isn't an event, It's a sequence of decisions. I am Heth, and this was my first decode. If you enjoyed it, then subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.